Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. We tend to question ourselves the most at the beginning of each year. What do I want to do with my life? Am I going down the right path? It's almost like clockwork. While introspection is good, we've got to find constructive and healthy ways to navigate those moments. Like me, a lot of folks need external support to do that. Enter BetterHelp, the sponsor of this week's video. BetterHelp is a user-friendly online platform that makes therapy more accessible and more affordable. They've got a team of licensed therapists dedicated to helping you deal with life's constant twists and turns. Getting started is easy. You just answer a few questions and boom. BetterHelp matches you to a therapist tailored to your needs, often within just 48 hours. Plus, you can communicate however you prefer. Phone calls, video chats, or even messaging. If you've got big changes in your life that you want to make but don't know where to start with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or hop on over to betterhelp.com/besteverfood for a cool 10% off your first month. The best part is that if you want to switch your therapist for any reason, there are no fees and no insurance headaches. So what are you waiting for? Take control of your mental health journey. Head on over to betterhelp.com/besteverfood today. Now, on to the show. Our mission today is to do some small part to take care of this problem. I just want people to understand that this isn't just a hobby, this is a serious problem. And it's a problem that must be taken care of. And that's why you, Oro, are gonna help shoot an iguana today.
But...
There we go. Okay.
Sorry.
Try aiming first.
Puerto Rico, nestled in the sparkling waters of the Caribbean, the place Logan and Jake Paul moved to evade taxes.
Do you know who Logan Paul is?
What?
An island with over 5 million visitors a year, soaking up rays and throwing back roasted meats. But one thing Puerto Rico is not is a country.
It's been described as a unincorporated territory. What the heck? What?
This is a nice way to say that we're not a colony, you know?
For those who were sucking back one-hitters in history, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory and its residents are U.S. citizens.
We have different habits. You know, we talk too loud and we touch each other too much and people are like...
Folks here do get U.S. citizenship, but they don't get a say in presidential elections since Puerto Rico is not a state. And the USA's effects on Puerto Rico go beyond the political.
Is most of the food being imported or does it come from here?
95% of our food is imported.
Oh, wow.
Yet still,
I'm gonna break it open. Oh my gosh.
talented chefs dotting this small piece of land fight to keep their culinary heritage alive.
Here in Puerto Rico, we love pork.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rican cuisine is a vibrant dance of flavors, deeply rooted in the island's history. It's a fusion of Spanish, African, the indigenous Taino, and American influences. Key ingredients include plantains, pork, rice, beans, and a plethora of tropical fruits, all transformed into dishes you won't find anywhere else.
This is a Puerto Rican dish. Most of the houses, they know how to do it. We call it gandinga.
Gandinga actually translates to guts.
Guts or gods?
Guts?
G-U-T-S?
Yes.
More Oro vocabulary. We've got Jami and we have gods.
There's the street food, where the idea of balance means perfecting the ratio of oil and protein. Both come together with their unapologetic, deep-fried saddleback pork chop.
This right here, the name of this dish,
Chuletas cancan.
does that mean something?
I don't know. Cancan is like the dance, like...
Ah.
Hey!
With an island so devoted to pork, celebrations call for an entire roasted pig. Only here, they're bringing the concept of lechon to a whole new level.
This thing has been rotating here. People have been tending to it, moving the coals around, and in the end, it looks crispy, it looks juicy. I have one question remaining. Can I try a bite?
Do you need to do that every time you say it?
If lying back and taking in the sun doesn't suit you, there's always the option to track down your own dinner. Joining seasoned local hunters targeting some seriously large, invasive iguanas.
How many are you hunting in a week?
A little more than 500.
Cooked up using island magic.
Cheers. Oh, is that what we're doing? All right, salud. I'm just gonna take a bite.
But the wild-caught protein options only begin there. If you have the grit and determination, you can hunt down crabs.
This is one of the first things that we eaten that's not fried.
Or even a caiman.
Holy shit, I see them out. Ah, no, that's it.
Yeah! Why are you backing up?
Teaming up with me on this tropical trek, my good friend Oro Padron.
Oro, welcome to the sausage room.
My favorite place to be.
Oro and I go way back. We used to be roommates and business partners in Korea.
So what's this story?
He's shown me his homeland in the country of Cuba.
Oh.
And on our last adventure, I tested his limits in the country of Peru.
I seriously have no idea why Sonny made me do this. I came here, I thought it was a food review show, not a cleaning poop show.
So this time, surely he deserves a relaxing romp. But that's not gonna happen.
Go, get up there!
No, the mouse is pointing this way.
Do you pull the rope or use this?
Puerto Rican cuisine is a reflection of its people. Resilient, vibrant, and unabashedly full of life.
Salud. Salud.
It's not just food, it's a narrative of survival and joy, of blending cultures and histories served up on a platter. Today, Oro and I are on a mission to hunt down the most mouth-watering Puerto Rican classic. But first, a hearty breakfast in San Juan, the bustling capital of this island. Some call it a pork tomahawk, others a saddleback chop. Many know it as chuleta can-can.
Chuleta can-can. It's a big pork chop. It has all the fat on top. We slice it, so when you deep fry it, it all pops up. It looks like can-can skirt.
Typically, this meat is soaked in a flavorful mixture of salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, and oregano for several hours before it's boiled. Then it's plunged into the sizzling depths of the deep fryer, transforming into crispy golden brown perfection. If you were hoping for something lighter for breakfast, you came to the wrong place. Here at La Vergüenza, Edgar handles his meat the way most locals like it.
So Sonny's gonna have the can-can pork chop along with some fried green plantains. Plantains are very popular in the Caribbean. We fry them, then we smash them, and we fry them again, double fried, so it makes it a lot better.
The creation continues with a comforting serving of Puerto Rican rice and beans.
Mampostear rice, what it means is leftover rice. You don't want to throw that away. So you dice some peppers, some onions, some garlic. You mix it with the white rice, the beans, stir it all the way up, season it a little bit more, and you get this kind of rice, which is kind of loosey and gooey. It's perfect.
Once everything is ready, the rice takes center stage along with some greens. Then the pork chop makes its grand entrance, adorning the plate like a crisp golden brown crown. Finally, some slices of plantain to finish it off.
Wow.
What a way to start.
We're not shy with the meat here.
No, we're gonna work our way up to the meat, but this right here is the plantain, the beloved ingredient in Puerto Rico. Let's try it out. Oh, you did already.
Yeah, sorry.
It's crispy, it's starchy, but it doesn't have a ton of flavor.
These dishes are very rich, so by being starchy, it helps to balance the rest of the meat.
Right here we have beans and rice.
Actually, it looks a little bit like a paella.
Right,
And
yep.
I think that's where the root is coming from.
This is like straight up comfort food. Very well seasoned. There's some fresh herbs in there, savory, salty, delicious. You get a little bean action every once in a while.
I like the use of onion. Give it some sweet but also spicy flavor to it.
Oh, that's really good. That's really addictive. Alas, we have our meat. I'm not even sure where to begin. Now, there are two main components to the pork chop here. One, the whole thing has been fried, and here on the outside, you've got some crispy skin or chicharron. Then the other component inside would be that succulent meat.
You know what's crazy? This is a personal dish.
Yeah. So I've got some skin, I've got some meat. Cheers. Whoa. Fuego. That skin, super crispy, delicious. It's a little crackling crispiness. Right after that, subdermally, a layer of adipose tissue, also known as fat. And then finally, protein, a more dense bite that pairs well with the other elements. It's good.
Well, I will translate your bourdain to a more mundane way to say it, which is like 3 layers. One is more chewy, I would say. One is more juicy, and one is more crunchy.
And all of it together,
Very yummy.
yummy, yummy. So this is really one of the iconic dishes of Puerto Rico. Now, Oro, you lived in Cuba your whole life until your 20s. So for you, living not far from Puerto Rico, what do you know about this place?
We call Puerto Rico and Cuba 2 wings from the same bird. Even our flags are exactly the same, but with different colors. Cuban wing right now being a little more wounded, but still, we are 2 wings from the same bird. Cuba and Puerto Rico, we have so many similarities, but also we share a mental synergy on what we like, how our cultures like. That's why we always felt like we're like brothers. Probably in this trip, you will find familiar flavors with what we got in Cuba.
Oro, this trip is basically gonna be a vacation. You're not gonna have to do anything you don't wanna do.
I seriously have no idea why Sonny made me do this.
On our last trip, we were exploring our limits in Peru.
I came here, I thought it was a food review show, not a cleaning poop show.
Now we're diving into a new adventure here in Puerto Rico. And once again, Oro has no idea what he's in for.
Yeah. Oh.
Why are you backing up? Go, get up there.
Well, I don't really trust you, but let's see.
Well, maybe you shouldn't. But I can tell you this, today, we're gonna be trying a lot of food. We're gonna get a crash course on what it is to eat Puerto Rican style. Sorry, Puerto Rican style. You ready?
I'm born ready.
Let's move.
Let's do it.
At our next street food stop, just on the edge of the city, we find ourselves in Louisa, a beach community pulsating with dynamic expressions of African roots. And at Kiosco El Barracoa, against all odds, they're combining beef with fruit to make it top-tier street food.
Oh my God.
Man, you really can't stop eating it.
But first, a fried filling stuffed fritter. Our cook, Zaraida, whips up a dough canvas made from a soulful blend of green banana, taro, annatto oil, garlic, and a clandestine mix of local spices. Now, onto the filling. A fresh hunk of seasoned crab meat. At last, the raw fritter is dunked into the sizzling depths until it hits a golden brown crescendo.
Estamos en el pueblo de Loíza, es frito y es hecho a leña, la cual la comida puertorriqueña, muchos no es a comida a leña, que esto es lo más típico, la leña. O sea, la tradición de generación en generación.
Served with pique, a Puerto Rican style hot sauce, and it's time to dig in.
Oh, muchas gracias. This is like a little salsa?
It's a little bit of hot sauce.
Wow, that one's pretty intense.
I was too confident with it.
Joining our midday meal, our local fixer of this Puerto Rican series, Kenneth Vidal.
What do you like about this place?
The crab is fresh. They pick it up early in the mornings. They go to the mangroves right behind here, and they just prepare all of the crab, the meat, and then just start stuffing it.
So that's crab meat on the inside?
Ooh, holy crab.
Cheers.
Full of flavor.
Tons of juicy crab. It is super heavy. It's like insanely fried. I love it.
Can you feel more the banana flavor on it?
A little bit, yeah. It's like the last echoing screams of a fruit. Beyond that, I'm really digging this. You know, I rocked up here and I'm like, oh, okay, everything's just fried. But there's some complexity to this. It takes some skill to put something like this together. It's very inventive. When you mix it with the hot sauce, it's really outstanding. It's got a lot of pop.
Really hot, man.
So the woman in the kitchen, she was saying this is Luiseña food.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Loíza is a town here. They hold strong to their African tradition.
In colonial times, when sugarcane ruled this region, Africans first populated this land as slave laborers. These days, those with African roots make up 7% of the island's population, contributing their unique culinary craftsmanship, music, and recipes.
This is, in a way, part of the USA, but I didn't know if it would seem like American food, if it would have a completely different culinary identity. How would you describe Puerto Rican food?
Puerto Rican food, it's Caribbean food. You know, we're aunties. We have a mixture of cultures. We have a little bit of our Spaniard influence, and then we have our back roots from our African roots, and also our indigenous culture, those Tainos. So it's a little bit mixture of all those tribes coming together. That's why you have our rice, you have your beans, and then you have like these fritters, especially like here in Loíza. Like that's more like African culture.
Speaking of food, what is this?
Pionono.
To me, it's more of a bia, yes, yes.
It is, yes, yes, yes.
Back in Spain, pionono was a sweet treat, a pastry with spongy cake layers and a creamy filling. Over here, pionono has taken a slide toward the savory. Slices of fried plantains are wrapped around a flavorful, seasoned ground beef mixture. Top it with a coat of flour and egg batter known as masa, then hit the hot oil for a crispy sizzle. Seal the deal with another batter layer, flip, and fry.
Oh my God. Whoa, I've never had anything like this.
Me neither. I remember you love ground beef, so this must be a feast for you.
Wow, it's sweet, it's savory, it's meaty, and just absolutely dripping with grease. It's a great combination of textures too, because the outside is so crispy. That plantain, it tastes like it's almost caramelized, but then inside you have that soft minced beef.
This is like a tostan in steroids, man. So good.
It's like a Puerto Rican sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
My fingers are glistening from oil. This can't be everyday food, is it?
No, this is drinking food. Normally, you come here, this is a surfer community as well. They go grab their waves. They've been all day outside. They come over here, maybe grab a brew. Have one of these and you're good.
You're good for life. Kenneth, how long have you lived in Puerto Rico?
I've been in Puerto Rico for 30 years.
I want to talk a little bit more about Puerto Rico and actually what Puerto Rico is, because I think it's confusing to a lot of people. Is Puerto Rico a country? It's been described as a unincorporated territory. What?
Well, this is a nice way to say that we're not a colony. Puerto Rico is an island in the Caribbean that was colonized by Spain and colonized by the United States. We're self-governed, but we have the watchful eye over because the government gets loans from the United States, so they're always there to make sure that we're good and stuff like that.
That you're in debt?
Seriously in debt.
Even though it's part of the USA, Puerto Rico has its own flavor and identity beyond its beaches.
It's very important to feel independent anywhere you are, anywhere you come from. So we just keep it proud and we show everybody what we got.
The mix of Spanish, Taino, Caribbean, and African influences has created a distinct culture. But still, Puerto Rico grapples with a complex mix of challenges and connections to the mainland.
One, we don't have our own independence. Marketing-wise, we can't make business with other countries. Everything has to be through the United States, and there's a Jones Act for export and import, which makes everything more expensive. 95% of our food is imported.
Oh, wow.
Being dependent on food imports has its own risks. This reliance could mean food shortages, and it could hurt some local businesses. But some places, like Puerto del Mar, offer locally sourced food like this.
El restaurante está abierto hace más de mínimo como 30 años. Nací aquí, me crié aquí. Siempre hemos vendido pincho.
These are known as pinchos, the Spanish word for spikes, representing one of the island's most renowned meat skewers.
Los pinchos son una comida rápida, una selección rápida para la gente cuando está en la playa, come, se va, una comida accesible, no tiene que esperar.
The journey begins by skewering succulent chicken thighs, marinated with a vibrant mix of fresh garlic, white vinegar, adobo criollo, achiote, and sazon.
El pollo viene de Puerto Rico.
Then comes the smoking hot show as the meat hits the charcoal. The sizzle and pop create an audible symphony, teasing your senses with the irresistible aroma of their homemade barbecue sauce brushed on top.
Dime, ayúdame ahí, la comida puertorriqueña con sabor, no es sosa, sabrosa, buena, y vas a encontrar muchas cosas diferentes para comer en Puerto Rico.
When the meat firms up to perfection, it's served with toasted garlic bread and even more barbecue sauce goodness.
Gentlemen,
Señor.
pinchos.
Eso, eh.
Is it boneless?
Yes, it is.
Very impressed.
I noticed that there's an abundance of sauce.
This is hot sauce. They say it's strong enough that it kills lice.
Oh shit. As long as it doesn't kill us.
Cheers. Bro. Masters behind that grill. I didn't even taste it yet. The feeling of how my teeth ripped through it, I knew it was gonna be good.
You can really feel the grill with the first bite.
Smoky, the charcoal's on there nice. And it's smart they're using the thigh. It's got that nice fatty dark meat, and so each bite is just full of moisture. I got some of the bread, it's so full of barbecue sauce. I got my thigh in there. That was not a mistake.
Man, as I bite, I feel my heart rate going on.
Right here, that spicy sauce. Oh, I'm just gonna go for it. Let's see if this is a mistake. Not bad.
I don't trust you, man. Your pitch went really high, so I don't know. Oh, man.
Yeah, it has a great flavor. It's a little bit sour, a little vinegar in there, and then just a ton of red chili. And by the way, it's gonna keep growing.
Shit, why you didn't tell me?
It's still not stopping for me.
It's very sriracha.
What's sriracha?
Sriracha is like sriracha like.
Some say cavemen invented smoked meats. Well, if so, then Puerto Ricans definitely perfected the process. An hour outside the big city, heading inland and uphill will get you here. El Rancho de Don Nando, a smokehouse that's mastered this craft for over 40 years. Here, the echoes of ancient traditions blend with modern expertise. It's also some damn fine drinking food. Meet the owner's son, Hector Lopez.
Everything here is my dad's idea, Don Nando, that's their name. One day he just killed a pig, smoking himself, and people around here driving, they stop, and that's how it started.
This is like a meat mecca. It's the things dreams are made of. The recipes used here, are these traditional recipes?
Basically, it's Puerto Rican cuisine, yeah. Here in Puerto Rico, we love pork. This is a pork sausage. Also here, you got smoked meat, it's pork too.
Why do you think pork is so loved here?
I don't know, but it's so good. I don't have an answer for that. It just tastes so good, that's why.
Oh God, I love it. It's
we
passion.
love pork. I love pork, that's the main thing.
Puerto Rico.
Pork.
Am I right?
The sausage making process kicks off with the pork, grinding it up with the perfect ratio of fat and protein.
I use like black pork or wild pork.
White pork.
They have white pork supremacy.
No, it's not like that.
Following that, the flavor bomb. Introduce a mixture of homemade seasoning.
What are the exact ingredients in the seasoning?
There's a secret recipe. I cannot tell you about that.
Okay.
Now the critical step of stuffing the sausage.
You are gonna make the sauce.
Yeah, I got a hairnet here for you. Oro, welcome to the sausage room.
My favorite place to be.
So here's what's wonderful about this place. No fake artificial casings right here. That intestine came from a puerco.
By her instruction, she said you put just the tip and then just pull all the way out. And then keep pulling.
You seem very familiar with this action.
I used to have a lot of practice, not anymore.
It's been a long time, baby.
How do the intestines feel?
They feel very sausagey, like very fragile and tender and I don't know. It's not something that I describe every day.
Now, time to squeeze it out. Oh yeah, crank it out.
Like this?
Yeah.
Wow, look at this thing. Is he doing good?
Yes.
She said you're doing it right. No, oh my, okay. Well, so close.
Este próximo paso es acomodar la tripa, la carne, como sea, más o menos 1 libra. That is a 1 pound.
Well, I got 2 for 1.
If he worked here, how much do you think he can make a day?
Por hora son 10.
Yeah, she say if it's for hours and I do a lot of hours a day, she can pay me 10.
Sure, that's
per day.
Per day.
Onto the smoking wire it goes. This is where the sausage is suspended above blazing hot coals with ukar wood, infusing the meat with an extra layer of flavor to achieve the desired level of smokiness. The sausage hangs for several hours before taking a plunge in hot oil and crisping up on the outside. As always, serve with rice and beans and plantains. Joining our meal, Maria de Azua, a local talent born and thriving in San Juan.
Huge contribution by my man Oro here. He was in the kitchen. He had his hands all over these sausages.
Well, when you say it like that.
Yeah. I mean, his hands were clean. It's been fried for 8 minutes. I think we're good. I think we should work our way up to the sausage. But first, how about this?
The smoked pork undergoes the same treatment as the sausage, seasoned before smoking, then deep fried to excellence in hot oil.
That's really good.
It's a little bit smoky, right?
Yeah, it's smoky, it's greasy, it's fried, so it's kind of a little hard on the outside, but yeah, soft and juicy on the inside. This is like the ultimate drinking food.
That's correct.
Oh Lord, I'm a big fan of this.
It's bad that I love the fat part.
You're supposed to love the fat. That is flavor.
Right.
Maria, have you been here before?
No.
Your first time here?
Yeah.
It's not a big island, so I'm amazed because this seems like the premier spot for meat.
I actually haven't been here. This is the center of the island. If you're coming from the mountains, it's a spot for you to come by.
What are the biggest differences in lifestyle between folks on the coast and people here in the mountains?
I say people in the mountains are a lot friendlier than the coast. I feel like people in the mountains are a lot more welcoming and feels like more homey for me.
I feel people in the mountains are more family oriented. I feel like us in the coast, people are more career oriented.
Right here, our next food, the food we've been building up to, the pork sausage.
Man, this looks so much better than when I was making it.
Yeah, I don't think this is the one that you made. I think that maybe got discarded, maybe donated to Goodwill.
Man, you could have just...
Let's try it out. This looks incredible. It's been smoked and fried just like the other meat. Oh man, that's really nice.
It also has a little bit of kind of like pepperoni flavor.
Oh yeah,
right?
It's like a little Puerto Rican pepperoni.
I think that that's one of our specialties in Puerto Rican cuisine, like very cooked meats.
It is cooked a lot. It's smoked for hours. You could eat it at that point, and they're like, there's not enough oil here. We must fry it as well.
Of course. You could taste the whole cooking process, you know what I mean? You could taste it.
When it comes to the pigs, how much of the pork you think is being imported and how much actually is coming here from the island?
I would say still we'll have a good 75% being imported.
That's a tremendous amount. So where's the pork coming from if it's imported?
Mainly U.S.
Yeah, it's interesting that coming from the U.S. to here to eat a pork that came with you in the plane.
There's this fascinating relationship between the USA and Puerto Rico, and one that I'm still trying to understand. Do you think living conditions in general are better here or in the USA?
In the States, of course, we can acquire a much higher quality of life immediately. It's a lot easier to make everything happen.
There's more Puerto Ricans living in the States than Puerto Ricans on the island, actually. And a lot of more Puerto Ricans are still look up north, like as that's hope. That's where we can progress, and that's where you can grow.
So why are the people who stay here choosing to stay here, including both of you?
As an artist, I just like the chaos of being home. And also I have a child. He was born in the States, so he's American. I wanted to raise him here, so might as well give him something that he can remember and properly understand, you know?
What about for you?
Pride. Everything we do it very proudly. We're very proud of our works, and we want to help the island progress. That keeps us here to keep on showing the younger generations that you can make it here. It's possible. You should always go out and travel. Go up north, I tell everyone. Take advantage, see the world, but the goal is always to come back home.
Next, on our incredible island food tour, something special happens when you step outside the restaurants and into a local home. Here, countryside living
I just love to cook outside, I don't know what.
and countryside cooking
Ooh, that will make you happy, baby.
reveal a new side of Puerto Rico.
I've never heard someone speak so passionately about blood sausage in my life.
Next, Oro and I are on a mission to document these outstanding recipes you won't find anywhere else.
What does that mean? That means cooking up an entire pig. Before we get into cooking, we have to choose a victim. Not we, Oro.
Oh my God, this remind me when hey, everything's okay. It's not, but it will be. Why do I get always the hardest decisions?
Because you love pork, you're Cuban.
Since their ancestors first set foot in Puerto Rico in the early 1500s, pigs have become a cornerstone of the island's economy and cuisine, with around 1,200 pig farms dotting the territory.
Oh, you know what? I won't make it complicated. This one seems more aggressive, so I will pick that one. It tried to bite me, so that's my criteria.
Oro's unlucky pick will be transformed into a grand family feast in the shape of a colossal lechon.
We asked initially, can we cook this whole pig in one day? Your team said absolutely not. You wanted to have it overnight. What was the purpose of that?
But first, the pig's offcuts will be transformed into local delicacies, starting with a blood sausage called morcilla.
So when butchering a pig, whether it's for yourself or for others, is morcilla a pretty common dish?
¿Común hacerla? Sí.
Carlos, the pig farm owner, and Roberto, our lechon chef, are joining us for our first taste of the pig.
What is the secret behind making a good morcilla?
First, the pig's blood is blended until it becomes smooth.
Condimento, ají dulce, cilantrillo, culantro.
They put onions, they put a lot of garlic. They use at least 4 types of pepper. One is that is more sweet, one is that is more spicy, and another that is like a middle point.
Blended blood, veggies, and cooked rice unite in a pot, then gracefully find their way into the pig's intestines, birthing plump sausages eager to hit the boiling water. Morcilla is a familiar food in any country with Spanish-influenced cuisine.
I've had morcilla before in Mexico. It's big chunks. It is not like a uniform texture at all.
Yeah.
Overall, fun. But I'm curious what makes a morcilla in Puerto Rico different from anywhere else.
No sé qué se le echa allá.
They have a secret ingredient. Love.
Oh.
So especially when you know who is gonna eat the morcilla, you can have some preconditioned love. Those are even better.
I've never heard someone speak so passionately about blood sausage in my life. I mean, considering one of these guys just stabbed that pig in the heart about 2 hours ago.
With love.
I'm touched. All right, I want to try this out. I think this looks good. It's kind of greasy, shiny on the outside. It's packed with rice and blood and some other goodies. Let's try it out.
Cheers.
That's good. It's very ricey, a lot of rice in there. It's a completely different texture than a meaty blood sausage.
Yeah, I was gonna say very starchy, and it's because of the rice.
But I like the flavor. It's like a completely different experience, but you still have that intestinal casing on the outside that offers a little bit of fat, a little bit of snap as you chew through it. Delicioso.
Excelente. Un punto.
Fueled up by morcilla, Roberto shifts gears to the main event, preparing the mouth-watering lechon. The pig undergoes an intense hair removal session by both blade and torch, followed by a thorough rub-down with salt and pepper. From here, it gets a beauty sleep overnight, gearing up for tomorrow's grand performance.
Before we cook the whole rest of that pig, I want to learn a little bit more about you guys. So you, sir, you are a butcher. This is your home. These are your pigs. Is that correct?
Sí, de los cerdos y...
Mainly he lives here, and he lives out of whatever he produces here. But also he works in the United States as a farmer.
Enchanted by Puerto Rico's tropical wonders and affordable lifestyle, yet drawn to better job opportunities, many Puerto Ricans like Carlos opt for a dual life between Puerto Rico and mainland USA. Meanwhile, as a retiree, Roberto immerses himself entirely in the enchanting countryside of Yabucoa.
Hay muchos de ellos que dicen que...
There's a lot of people from the mainland, from Cuba, Dominican Republic, even from Mexico, that buy property here. Beyond the beauty, beyond the food, when you get to Puerto Rico, the first thing that you will feel is welcome. That's the main reason why he thinks that people move here.
During our exploration of this southeastern Puerto Rican haven, Roberto will guide us through the highlights of living here.
This is like a rare sight to see. This is something people pay top dollar for.
As well as some of the pitfalls.
This is the epicenter of where Hurricane Maria struck years ago. Can you tell me what that experience was like making it through the hurricane?
But first, we have a colossal pig to roast.
Roberto, this looks fantastic. This is my kind of outdoor barbecue. Oro, what do you think?
Oh man, it's hot.
Let's talk about our setup here. First of all, the pig. The pig was held overnight. It's been a whole day. Oro's wearing the same t-shirt, but that's fine.
Fashion choice.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right.
We got a pipe going right through the pig. Then we have a bunch of cross sections because we don't want the pig flopping around on the pipe. From there, they wrapped a twine around it. Then that's all connected to this machine. This seems to be a machine dedicated completely to rotating pigs. Last time we saw a whole pig roasting, we were both in Cuba and it was on a pig roasting hammock. This is some new tech.
This is Elon Musk's version of the hammocks.
Now, you wanted to have it overnight. What was the purpose of that?
Tardaría de cuando tú lo dejas ya adobado.
If you do it the next day, they can put adobo overnight and let it sit, and that will increase the flavor and also decreases the time of cooking.
For this pig to cook all the way through, how many hours are we talking?
Maybe between 4 and 4 hours and a half.
Between 4 and 4.5 hours? That sounds perfect. In the meantime, let's get some breakfast. You know all the piggy parts from the inside? We cooked that into another thing. We're gonna eat that now.
Really?
Absolutely.
Do you need to do that every time you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's dramatic. Maria, I gotta say, your kitchen here has quite the view. This is like a rare sight to see. This is something people pay top dollar for. Like you're looking down into the jungle from your kind of cliffside house here. It's beautiful. I mean, I wouldn't mind washing dishes here.
Maria, Roberto's wife, invites us for a breakfast made of pork organs.
We call it gandinga. This dish is prepared with potatoes. It got the liver, the lungs, and the heart.
Maria starts by boiling the organs and chopping them finely.
I love cooking pork. It's my favorite part.
Maria spent a large part of her life working in New York. In 2001, she retired and moved back to her hometown, Yabucoa. Here, she enjoys the best perks of living in the countryside, locally sourced food, and an open-air kitchen.
I grew up seeing my grandmother and my mother cooking outside, and I saw it and I love it. I told my husband, Roberto, Dia, you gotta make me a kitchen outside.
He makes the kitchen, you make the chicken.
Yeah.
Maria orchestrates a flavor symphony in a pot. Organs, pork, Puerto Rican salsa, sawtooth coriander, olives, hot peppers, and homemade seasonings. It hits the stove with some water, chunks of potatoes join, and it all simmers until everything surrenders to tenderness.
And how did you learn to make this?
My mother showed me.
So, Mom, as soon as you try it, you're gonna have to let us know if it meets your standard. Let's try it out. Still blazing hot. Ooh, a little spicy. Some kick. That broth is super salty. It's a good broth. Next time I'm gonna get extra broth. So far I just had the meat portion, but I really want to get some of those offals because I think those will be more soft.
See, this is a piece of liver.
Yep, I just had a big bite of liver. It's super soft, tender. It's just a big mix of textures between the different types of meat in here.
Even the liver with this soup, I think it sucks so much of the flavor that it feels very tender and very flavorful actually.
I like that there's also olives.
Yes.
I've never had a soup with olives.
Yeah, me neither.
Mama, what do you think? Does it pass your test?
Very good.
Maria, I'm curious. You know, so far we've eaten at a lot of restaurants. But this feels very different from the food that we've experienced. Is there a big difference between street food or restaurant food and food made in the home like this?
100%. In restaurant, they cook so fast in stove. They got everything pre-cooked before they start doing it. Here, we come from scratch. And especially if you cook it in a wood stove, the taste is different.
So even though this is cooked in a pot, it doesn't have direct contact with the wood. Do you think the wood is still influencing the flavor?
Yes, because of the smoke of the wood, it goes into the food. And when you start mixing it together, you just get the taste of it.
Just pause for a moment. Somebody needs everyone to hear their music.
There we go.
In Puerto Rico, loud music echoing through public places is often accompanied by the island's beloved beverage, rum. Add a succulent lechon, and you've got a party in paradise.
It's better than drinking whiskey or a martini. Woo, that will make you happy, baby.
Lucky for us, Maria has the finest local booze in stock, set aside for our upcoming lechon feast.
But Oro doesn't drink, so how do we convince him to drink?
Well, the way she sells it,
Yeah.
I would try it.
You're on board?
Yeah.
Before our grand feast is ready,
Oh, baby, you know how to cut it.
and before Oro experiences his first buzz,
Salud.
Salud.
we have time to swing by a countryside bar where the pub food is like nothing you've ever seen before, including a mystery meat that's a far departure from the prominent pork.
At least this time I don't need to see it alive.
Puerto Rico's rustic charm is painted with quaint roadside bars. It's in these types of places that a cherished tradition emerged. Chinchorreo. Leisurely road trips that involve stopping at eateries to enjoy local food offerings. La Rumba's offering comes in the form of rabbit.
What do you mean rabbit? They killed Bad Bunny?
Yeah, that's Thumper right there.
Oh shit, man.
Like in mainland USA, Puerto Rican's taste buds don't typically favor rabbit.
Pork is fatty, it's got the skin, it's crispy, but rabbit has like no fats. Why do you like it?
La realidad es que ya es algo por
It
tradición.
has a component of nostalgia on it. You know, when you grow in a farm in Puerto Rico, you are accustomed to see these animals around and to eat them. So you are eating memories, basically.
Here, this lean and nutritious meat is the menu's highlight, especially when it takes the form of a rabbit stew. Chunks of rabbit meat are marinated with salt, garlic powder, oregano, black pepper, turmeric, and coriander. Then they're stewed in a pot with wine, beer, potatoes, carrots, garlic, sweet peppers, onion, and coriander until all the components soften up.
Should we try it out?
¿Lo probamos?
Yeah.
I got potato to begin with, which was very nice. Now, there are random cuts and bits. Oh, like this is ribs right here. Pretty good. And there's plenty of bones. This was not a boneless rabbit. Oh, it's so lean, but it is pretty soft from braising in there.
It's a little bit chickeny, similar flavor, but a little bit bitter, but not too much bitterness.
It is kind of like a chicken breast that's been boiled. It's on the dry side. There's not a ton of fat in there, but it's still nice. It just tastes like a hearty veggie stew with rabbit in there. It's lean. I feel healthy. But then there's this right here. It looks like a empanada. It's a big fried rabbit pocket. What's this one called?
Pastelillo.
Minced marinated rabbit meat is stuffed inside of pastry casings and deep fried.
Man, it has a lot of bubble.
That's absolutely right.
That's good.
The outside, the wrapper, is just like the top of a chicken pot pie.
100%.
It's like flaky, crispy. The meat, excellent. It's mixed with other stuff though. It has some friends in there to help it along, make it more moist. What's inside of here?
Cheese.
Cheese?
Oh, cheese.
I like it. Rabbit needs a little bit of fat. I'm gonna add some of this sauce. I think this is like a tamarind sauce. Oh yeah, best tamarind sauce ever. Man, when you mix these two, you got that heavy, fried, flaky wonder, and then you have this sweet, hot tamarind.
De guayaba dulce.
Ah, it's guava.
Guava.
Guava with spices.
Delete the last 10 seconds. One of the big reasons we wanted to stop by here is because this is the epicenter of where Hurricane Maria struck years ago.
Hurricane Maria slamming into the island, and as you heard, one official saying the island is destroyed.
Nestled in the Atlantic hurricane belt, Puerto Rico's tropical paradise can transform into a nightmare from June to November, what's known as the hurricane season. In September 2017, Hurricane Maria set a somber record as the deadliest and costliest storm to ever strike the island.
He was in vacation here when the hurricane came. It's a horrible experience because first it was calm because the eye passed by here, but after the destruction that it left, you could see the mountain because it cut everything. There was no vegetation left after the hurricane passed.
Hurricane Maria's deadly dance left Puerto Rico with over 3,000 deaths, at least $90 billion worth of damage, and months of island-wide blackout.
After the hurricane, there was 3 more tornadoes after. So you add up all the devastation from 3 different tornadoes that happened. So it was an unprecedented situation. So for him, it was like a little mark on his mind.
After losing most of their furniture and possessions to the hurricane, it took Roberto and Maria over 1 year to rebuild their home.
5 hours have passed. This thing has been rotating here, and in the end, it looks crispy, it looks juicy. Roberto, are you happy with the result? Is this what you intended to do?
Es correcto.
It's right on point.
How do you know when it's done perfectly and properly?
Se supone que no.
If you put the knife through it and it doesn't drip too much, it's good. And if the knife goes all the way through, it means like it's tender and it's fully cooked.
Roberto, I have 1 question remaining. Can I try a bite?
Seguro que sí.
There we go. Some skin, some shoulder meat on a plate made of nature. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God. Wow, man.
Man, so juicy.
It's juicy, delicious, salty. Underneath the skin, it's kind of gummy.
And a little bit sweet too.
Oh man, that's some of the best pork I've had in a long time. That's real good. Is that your favorite part, the back of the shoulder bite?
Cualquier parte.
You say he doesn't care, he has no preference. He like all of it.
Listen, the first taste was amazing. Let's get the pig on the table so everyone can enjoy together.
The complete, succulent lechon is beautifully laid out. And we're joined by Carlos and some of Maria and Roberto's neighbors.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you take a look at this?
What a big temptation.
I completely agree. We're gonna dig in one moment, but first, what about some of this?
Moonshine, or pitoro, is a strong rum distilled from sugarcane and enriched with fruits and herbs.
Ooh, that will make you happy, baby.
Renowned for alcohol levels much higher than commercial rums, Moonshine is the spirit lifter at any celebration.
That's moon with almond.
The almond has absorbed all the alcohol, so you can't just do a typical straight down the throat type shot because you have to chew it.
Yes.
Salud.
Salud.
It's sweet.
It's sweet?
A little spicy?
What you're describing as spice, Oro, that's called alcohol.
I can see that he doesn't drink.
No, he doesn't.
That makes sense.
I like it. It just goes down real smooth. I thought it was going to be super strong, but it's not. It's nice and gentle.
I told you.
That being said, we should get into this pig. Maria, when you look at this pig, what part speaks to you the most?
The skin.
All right, let's try some skin. Please, cut away.
Oh, baby, you know how to cut it.
Oh, please. Okay. All right, we all have our skin right here. No, let's try it out. Cheers. Oh my God.
It's like meat candy.
It's crispy like a lollipop. But then it has a nice big thick slick of oil on there.
It's crazy because when I have tried pork before, but this one has a soft layer right connected to the skin. It's crackly, it's crunchy, but it's not chewy. So it's like perfect. It totally dissolves in your mouth.
This is delicious. After this, what should we try next?
The meat.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, wow. Look at this. It's like a treasure chest. You just peeled back the skin and there's this soft, succulent meat underneath.
Oh my God.
So juicy.
That part.
Oh my God. Roberto, hold me. It's
This
so
part
delicious.
is, yeah, it's like a cake. It's filmed right here, and then it has the filling on top, and then they have like a creamy part. So it's
You're
like,
right. Like the meat is a cake, and then that layer of fat that's been rendered down is like the frosting.
Exactly.
Maria, how does this compare to the experiences or the meals that you had in New York City?
Well, the thing is that if you're gonna do a pig like this, you can, and you have to put it in the oven.
Not the same.
It's not the same taste. Like I told you with the rice and the food that we ate this morning, it's really different when you do it in the stove and you do it in the grill on the wood stove or like the way he did it.
I've seen pig cooked in so many countries. I've had it in the Philippines, or when I tried it together in Cuba, and it's different everywhere you go, including here. This is a very unique preparation and especially delicious. If you take a look here, as he cut the skin, it exposed the ribs right here. These are delicious roasted pork ribs. Oh my God. Wow.
Oh man, this is some good ribs.
You know, because they split it open spatchcock style. So they're cooking from the top and bottom, so the ribs are getting double penetration. Wait, hold on. They're getting penetrated doubly by the heat. That's what I meant to say. Maria, how often are you eating like this?
Most of the time when people are doing parties, the thing that they have is pork like this. So at least 6 to 7 times a year. I got a friend over here that he eats pork every Sunday.
Wow.
The question is, does your heart can handle it?
Yeah, right.
To cap off our feast, Maria presents Puerto Rican style tamales. Potatoes, taro, plantains, and papaya are peeled, grated, and mixed with achiote oil. The tamales take shape with a layer of plantain leaf, a layer of mixed veggies, and a layer of marinated pork wrapped in palm-sized bundles. Boiling is all that's left to do.
So there's this paper on the outside, then the leaf. Oh wow, this is unlike any tamale I've ever seen. Oh wow, it's really soft.
Hello, baby, here we go.
Oh, that's a nice flavor. Really starchy on the outside, meat on the inside, beautifully seasoned. Got a little spice, a little kick to it. Can I be honest? Tamales, like you'll find maybe in Texas or some parts of Mexico, like in Mexico City, I'm not a big fan. They're really dry. And the corn kind of just dries your mouth out. I don't love it. This is so different. Yeah. It's like completely different ingredients, cooked in a different way. It's incredible. What do you think? It's half gone. Looks like you like it.
Like it.
Carlo, big fan? Good?
Yeah, good.
Welcomed by Maria and her neighbors, serene life and warm smiles. It's hard to fathom that Hurricane Maria's devastation is a recent chapter, especially when recovery is a long road.
Now, years later, after the hurricane, are things back to where they were, or is there still work to be done?
se ha ido restableciendo.
While Puerto Ricans work to rebuild from the devastation, the annual recurrence of 4 to 5 hurricanes adds an ongoing challenge with no end in sight.
There is a lot of things done, but of course, there's always waiting for more things to be done. The hardest part is infrastructure, because mentally people recover, people come back to their business, come back to, okay, let's rebuild, let's rethink how we were before, but how they cope with the infrastructure, that's the hardest part.
As Puerto Ricans, are you proud of how the local people handled that difficult situation?
Ocurra en huracanes, tormenta, lo que sea.
Pride and recovery is part of Puerto Rican DNA. They don't wait for external influence to help. They immediately jump into the situation, try to solve, people help each other. And because they also have embedded that idea of helping each other and solving things between them, I think that's one of their biggest strengths as Puerto Ricans.
Next, we're getting a taste of the exotic as we head even deeper into Puerto Rico's countryside. This is a place where iguanas run wild, tormenting farmers.
They eat the little plant.
And digging up the land.
When the car passing the ground and you walking, you can broken your leg. They destroy everything.
Luckily, our friend Rafael has the tools needed to take them down.
I got it.
And cook them up.
This is something I'm dying to try out. We have some big iguana tails. I'm just gonna take a bite.
But before that, breakfast.
Rafael, how are you doing today, sir?
Nice.
Where are we right now?
Guayama.
Guayama, with its population of 50,000, is a city known for its expansive landscapes and sprawling farms, much like the one we're exploring today.
I want to ask about the type of bird that we are eating.
This is dove, morning dove.
Morning dove.
This appetizing creation involves a jalapeno stuffed with cream cheese, snugly wrapped around a whole dove's breast, all encased with a swirling strip of bacon.
Where did you get these morning doves?
Shooting in the air with the chung gun.
But what is the difference between a morning dove and a pigeon?
The pigeons is more like a rat.
They carry a lot of disease, so...
Well, yeah, they're eating McDonald's and... Wait, I eat McDonald's.
These dove poppers hit the grill, ensuring they're cooked to perfection and ready to enjoy.
It smells amazing. Could you try with us?
Yep.
I just want to make sure they're not poisoned.
You first.
That's really good. It's so smoky. This is one of the best jalapeno poppers I've ever had. Just a hint of cream cheese, just enough to bind it all together. And then that little breast, it's just a nice little lean morsel of meat to make it more hearty. Unlike the chicken, with the dove, the chest is like a dark meat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I'm in love. That's so good.
It's really interesting because I would never think about making this as a breakfast, but it's a really good breakfast.
You will never look at pigeons the same way.
No.
Every time you look at a pigeon, your mouth is going to start watering. Let's talk about the bigger picture and why we are here today. For you, Rafael, what is your job?
For now, helping the farmers with the problem of the iguana.
Rafael was a police officer for 18 years. Then he made a significant career shift, becoming a full-time hunter of iguanas, or as they're known here, iguanos.
How many are you hunting in a week?
About 500 iguana, a little more than 500.
That's a lot of iguana.
The green iguana, originally from Central and South America, was introduced to Puerto Rico in the 1970s by way of the pet trade. What started as a few iguanas innocently released into the wild has escalated into a full-blown pest control issue, destroying infrastructure by collapsing roads and even airstrips, and seriously affecting the ecosystem on the island.
There is so much iguana that even the governments are paying for terminating them because it's destroying all the plantations, but also they are eating smaller animals.
There are believed to be over 10 million iguanas on this island, and the population is expected to double every year since they can lay up to 70 eggs twice annually. The worst part, they have no predator here.
I just want people to understand that this isn't just a hobby, this is a serious problem. And it's a problem that must be taken care of. And that's why you, Oro, are gonna help shoot an iguana today.
But
we know why we have to hunt the iguanas, but I just realized I don't know how to hunt the iguanas.
Okay. You got air rifle in 25 caliber.
So we're shooting air.
No gunpowder, it's all powered by air. And then so the projectile is what?
Pellet.
Pellet, made out of
lead.
Lead, oh, okay. You don't want one of those in your ass, that's for sure. That's enough to take down an iguana?
You only need one in the eye.
You have to shoot it in the eye?
Or only headshot.
Headshot.
He speaks my language.
Once we've shot it, we don't know if it's dead. How do we handle it?
Shot again in the center of the head.
Oh, jeez.
That's vicious.
But you gotta make sure it's out or else it'll bite you.
What do you mean bite me?
They have teeth.
And they can hit you with the tail.
Well, that seems a little bit less bad actually than the biting.
Iguanas have a lifespan of up to 20 years, and they can grow up to 6 feet in length, weighing as much as 20 pounds. They have excellent vision, and their excellent climbing and swimming abilities make this island their playground to conquer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I hit it.
The iguana presence here has led to millions of dollars in damages annually. Terminating them is one approach, yet others continue to look for more effective solutions.
So Raphael, he got one. It looked big. It fell from the tree, and then he couldn't find it. So at this point, we're gonna call off the search. We're gonna shoot some more. We're gonna find some more. Let's keep trucking.
With our hunting training complete, it's time for Oro and me to go off on our own. Soon, we'll see who can bag the biggest one.
You got it right here. Here we go. I missed.
One more iguana going down.
I see it. It's tiny. Damn.
Oh, you missed totally.
I got him. Where are you, friend? Oh, there you are. Now, the classic test to tell out whether it's alive or not, give it a little nudge with your foot. Nudge proof. Okay, that's not tiny. I think that's pretty impressive. Right in the head. No scope. I did use a scope.
Now that I've got my iguana, let's check in on Oro's progress.
I see with my eyes. I got it.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's still there.
Oro thinks he shot it. Maybe he wounded.
Okay. Sorry.
Try aiming first.
Miss again.
No, I hit it.
According to Oro, he's shot it twice and it's just sitting there. Maybe he didn't shoot it at all.
What?
Okay.
Let me try yours. Let me try yours.
Okay, fine. Oro at this point is blaming it on the gun. I've given him my rifle. Let's see what he's got.
You see?
Not there.
Last one.
Okay, wow.
No.
Still. I mean, like, if Oro had a machine gun, he still couldn't get it.
Maybe a different angle.
Oro, focus.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Fine.
You finally got it, man.
It only took 20 shots.
Is there anything left? I feel like we're gonna get lead poisoning now. If we
I
eat
don't
that
think you can eat. You know what? Let's see it after we pick it up and you will see how many dots. Oh, maybe I didn't actually shoot it. Now that I see it only have 2 holes. It has to be bigger than Sonny's because it was really hard to knock it down. All right, let me go show this to Sonny.
Gentlemen, you ready to whip them out?
Yeah.
Don't look. I'll be right back. I'm coming. Keep your eyes closed. All right, guys, ready? Open your eyes. Whoosh. Take a look at this.
Nice color, man.
Thank you.
You bought that in the store, man?
I shot it from a tree.
I see, beautiful shot.
Through the eye?
Yeah.
Oro, go get yours.
Actually, it may be pretty close. Look.
Oh,
it's cute.
Man, not bad. Like it's, well, actually, when you put it side by side.
Yeah, right.
I can use it for my keychain. It's good.
Man, you fill this thing with lead.
They wanna fall down by the weight of the pellet.
At the end, I got the job done, so.
Yeah, it's good.
Let's see yours. You got one too?
Yeah. Okay.
Holy moly. Damn.
Okay, you win.
We were talking about iguana. He got a dinosaur.
What part are we eating off of here?
The tail and the leg, because in the rib don't have meat.
No rib meat, but plenty in the tail, plenty in the leg. Okay, just put it down.
Okay.
So listen, this is just the beginning. I say we keep going, and then after that, we're gonna cook these up. Let's keep moving.
We got it. Nice shot.
Yeah, baby.
Yep.
In only a couple of hours, we have amassed a fortune of 9 iguanas.
Some of them are huge.
Yeah, these get really big. I'm curious, how many years does it take to get this size?
About 5 years.
That's wild.
How you didn't find it in 5 years?
Yeah, they move around the farms.
Well, guess what, guys? We found something to eat.
Well, I hope it tastes good.
You go to clean it now.
What do you mean clean it? Actually, I don't know what's about to happen. I need to help this guy.
Like that?
Oh,
Take this and cook here.
Oh man, I haven't done it even with a chicken.
You go to practice.
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
Damn.
You have your souvenir for key change.
Okay, so we're done, right?
No, 3 more, the tail and the head.
All right.
2 more, 1 more.
All right.
Yeah, the tail here. It's not have much meat.
You throw away all that thing?
Yes, and cook the head.
It won't splash?
Sometimes.
Wait me some time. I need some insurance. Like,
yeah, you cut it,
will it splash?
Yeah, like that.
Oh,
okay.
Iguanas have a very thick skin that's not edible. According to Raphael, the guts are also not so prized. Right now, he's after the meat found on the thighs, body, and best of all, the tail. We'll be trying that soon.
Cheers. Oh, is that what we're doing? All right, salud.
But before that, an iguana appetizer. First, he seasons it with adobo criollo con sazon, a classic Caribbean seasoning blend of herbs and spices. Add black pepper, another spice blend known as sazon goya. Then mix it about before sending it to a pan of hot oil. Cook until it turns golden brown,
Oro,
and chow down.
Feast your eyes on this.
Amazing.
Have you ever tried iguana?
I have never ever been interested into trying it. That's why I haven't tried it.
How about now?
Well, I have no choice, not really.
So I've eaten monitor lizard in Vietnam. I've had iguana in Australia. There they call it goanna. This might be my first time having a green iguana.
Yeah, greenish. Like crispy chicken.
Chickeny.
Chickenish.
It's not 100% chicken. There's like a fishy taste to it.
A ficken.
A ficken.
If you didn't know that it's iguana, you can eat it like a chicken.
I completely disagree.
Really?
If I didn't know this was iguana, I would say, why does my chicken taste a little bit like fish?
I think this is something that you will eat drunk.
Yeah, but that's a big list that you're talking about. I'm curious, are there restaurants around Puerto Rico where you can get this?
No, nobody does.
Nobody does it. Meanwhile, you have this huge population of iguanas and no one's taking advantage of it.
I sell it out
Who's buying it?
from US.
Really?
They sell it about $32 the pound.
That's pretty good, right? More than chicken. Oro, this is a little bit more of a bare bones preparation, but our man here is about to chef it up even more because we have 2 more dishes coming our way.
I thought we were done.
We're not done. Oh, listen. We're never done.
What happened with your imaginary?
I don't know. I left them in the car.
Finally, it's time for Raphael to elevate the iguana meat to its culinary peak, focusing on the prized tail meat. He begins by generously seasoning with oregano, sazon seasoning, garlic powder, and a pinch of salt. After thoroughly mixing these flavors, he precisely places each tail on the grill. As they cook, he diligently flips the tails, basting them in barbecue sauce to infuse some smoky, sweet flavor.
Gentlemen, this looks like something, that's for sure.
Joining us for this meal, Raphael's hunting partner, Gio.
When I look at this, first I see the tail and I'm like, that makes sense. Grill the whole tail, everything's there. It looks juicy, barbecued, fantastic. Then there's pancakes.
We call it iguanaitos.
Means like little iguana.
First, take some boiled and shredded iguana meat and season it well with pepper, garlic powder, and a dash of sazon for that extra kick. In a separate bowl, combine all-purpose flour, more sazon, a sprinkle of pepper, a hint of oregano, and a bit of water. Stir this mixture until it's just right. Then gently fold in the seasoned meat. Now it's time for a little island magic. Fry those pieces until they're crispy and gold.
It's a good pancake. It's well seasoned. It's a very savory pancake. I don't want people to get confused because they might see this and think, oh, I should put strawberries and whipped cream on there.
But it still feels like it's a pancake of chicken with fish.
Roughly speaking, yes.
Actually, I like it more than the bare bones version of it.
This seems like it'd be an excellent street food.
This is not bad at all. This is something that I would get back to.
Raphael, I'm deadly curious about how you got into this line of work in the beginning. How did you make money from it?
Taking the people for shooting iguana.
Like tourists?
The tourists.
What kind of weirdo way? Oh, wait, that's both of us.
Don't include me, Dad. You brought me here.
That's, okay, fair. This is something I'm dying to try out. Big iguana tails. Please, Oro, pick your choice.
I'm full already.
Make some space, buddy.
Very barbecue, yeah.
Just take a bite. Cheers. Oh, is that what we're doing? All right, salud. That's good. That's legit.
It's better than even the other version. Sorry, man, I have to compare.
This is probably the best one so far. It's actually smoky from being on that charcoal. The sweet barbecue pairs excellently with it. And mine's pretty moist. I mean, it's not juicy like pork, but it's certainly more moist than a chicken breast. And this one, not so fishy.
More chickeny.
Way more chickeny. Why is this not more popular in Puerto Rico? I could totally see a vendor with a bunch of iguana tails on a table. It's very unique, and here's the thing, something like 90% of the food eaten here is imported anyways. Meanwhile, you guys have loads of iguanas, too many. Why is this not a mainstream product yet?
They see like a iguana like a roaches.
But they eat fruit and stuff. I just feel like this is a marketing and branding issue, and maybe there's some small way I can help. Maybe I can make a promotional video telling people here in Puerto Rico to eat iguana. Let's run it now.
Craving something wildly different? How about iguana meat? Packed with protein and low in fat, it's perfect for spicing up your tacos, tossing into burritos, or simmering in curries. Remember to wash your hands and the iguana thoroughly to dodge that pesky salmonella. Iguana, it's the other white meat.
I think that could work. So right now, is it illegal for people to sell it at their food shop?
Yeah.
It's illegal. Oh, see, that's lame.
So that's one of the big issues.
That's a big obstacle.
Yeah.
When I was in Australia, on the island of Tasmania, there was a man who went around hunting, shooting wallaby, deer, possums, and all that meat got sold. The fur was used to make boots. The meat was sold and processed and made into different ingredients, and there was high demand for everything. And I think that could happen here.
Next, Oro and I are taking on Puerto Rico's most dangerous meat.
No, man, that's too risky.
What are you risking? Your 401k?
The Cayman, native to Central and South America.
Holy shit, I see them out.
Able to grow over 12 feet long.
Suave, suave, suave.
To assist us in our conquest to conquer, catch, and cook the Cayman, we've enlisted the help of two brothers, Carlos and Michael Diaz. But before the hunt begins, their mother is gonna cook us up some breakfast.
This is what some might call the national dish of Puerto Rico. This is known as Mofongo.
To get breakfast started, grab your trusted mortar and pestle and grind garlic with a dash of salt to create a feisty paste. Next, crush up some chicharron or fried pork skin.
Amazing, I have never eaten mofongo for breakfast.
Moving on to the main event, plantains. Slice them and toss them into hot water to boil. Once they're mushy, mix them up with the garlic and chicharron. Finally, shape that concoction into perfect balls.
This is a beautifully shaped ball. I feel like I could put this on a pool table and play 8-ball. Not only do we have the mofongo, but we have this to go with it. Whoosh.
Even he's impressed.
Yeah, and he knew what it was the whole time.
To start with, our main ingredient, blue land crab, caught fresh from a nearby river by Carlos and his brother Michael. Hailing from tropical and subtropical regions in the western Atlantic Ocean, these cannibalistic crustaceans are infamous for their aggressive nature.
The claws are like two knives.
Dangerous, but perhaps worth it.
Create the perfect crab sauce by combining herbal seasoning pastes, green olives, pickled red pepper, seasoning powders, chopped cilantro, and culantro, a staple ingredient in Caribbean cooking. Heat the sauce on the stove until it gets hot and steamy. Then add the hard-earned crab meat to the mix.
Oh, this looks awesome.
You gotta break it right in the middle.
So crack the ball open, get a base of mofongo, add on some of that crab, some of those delicious, juicy green olives.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, wow is right. The mofongo is kind of this carby base. It's like a foundation.
Yeah, but it's pretty light. It has a little bit of spice on it.
Yeah, it tastes like some raw garlic in there. And raw garlic can have kind of a spicy feeling to it.
He said that he really likes the combination between the sea flavor and the garlic.
Absolutely. This crab is to die for. It's so good.
Thank you, thank you.
Watch out for shells here and there. There's a little bit of collateral damage, but man, that foundation with the crunchy chicharron inside, that spicy garlic, mix it with that super savory crab, it's delightful. Let's talk more about you and your hunting.
Carlos and Michael are lifelong fishing enthusiasts.
He preferred to eat the food that he hunts.
In 2017, their routine fishing quest for tilapia took an unexpected twist when they encountered their first Cayman. Fueled by adrenaline, they made a daring decision to capture the dangerous reptile. And their bravery paid off. Just like that, this hobby became a caiman catching service, not only for food, but also to control the reptilian population. Their work garnered national media attention, propelling them into the spotlight as an online sensation. Soon, we'll witness one of these caiman hunts for ourselves.
Today, Oro, you have the opportunity to hunt a crocodile.
How is that fun and how is that an opportunity?
We're going into the water where the crocodiles live.
How would we do that?
Because that's where they are. Also, I think it'll just be really entertaining.
Having fun.
What is the worst case scenario for Oro?
See, the worst is to be beaten by one.
If it does bite Oro, what should he do? Play dead?
He said that they have a first aid kit.
Better than second aid kit.
Better.
You're gonna be fine. And I got your back.
You know what? Let's step it up and let's catch a crocodile.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We've entered the great river of Louisa, the hunting grounds of the Diaz brothers. Within Puerto Rico's largest basin, our target awaits. The spectacled caiman.
It's so quiet that it's scaring me.
It's a bit eerie out here. Should we be looking for eyes? What is the strategy here? What are we looking for?
As the smaller member of the crocodilian family, the spectacled caiman matures to approximately 7 feet and can weigh in at around 90 pounds.
So he's trying to keep finding some movement and some resemblance of the crocodile. Oh, I think he found something.
It's a coconut.
Despite their modest size, the caiman is a lethal and intensely aggressive breed. With a diet comprised of at least 105 prey, they spare no creature, including the capybara.
And so if we find one, we have this right here. I mean, this is what animal control uses to get a wild dog. So he's gonna put this around the neck and then cinch it up, tighten it up, and then pull it onto the boat with us?
Yeah, see, yo. What do you mean with us?
Armed with flesh-tearing teeth and a strong jaw, the spectacled caiman is always ready to unleash its lethal strike.
Oro, you promise to help look?
I'm helping look from here.
But if you see one, you can't just be silent.
Yeah, of course.
You promise?
Yeah, I promise.
After hours of searching, unfortunately, there's no sign of the elusive caiman within arm's reach.
We've been out here for a while, no luck.
No luck for you, good luck for me.
At this point, we have only one hope remaining.
They have two methods of catching crocodile.
Okay.
One is they search like this. The other is they look in a trap and see if they got anything in the trap.
So if there is something in the trap, we're bringing it here anyway.
We? No, you.
No, man, that's too risky.
What are you risking? Your 401k?
I need to go and get, but no, bro.
We're gonna turn around, we're gonna head back to his trap, and look, most likely nothing's gonna be there. Oro.
Yeah.
This is the trap. All right, so right here, he has, I guess, the string that goes to the trap.
Holy shit, I see them out. No, that's it. Yeah!
Are you backing up? Go, get up there.
No, the mouse is pointing this way.
Do you pull the rope or use this?
Suave. No.
Suave.
Whoa! You screaming too, no, it's not just me.
Dude, there it is. It is pissed. He's gonna use a steel loop to wrap around his neck to secure it.
Oh shit, I have it.
You got pulled in, Oro. Let's go, you're almost there. Why are you standing up there? All right, here we go.
Catch it?
I catch it?
Yeah.
What do I do?
Duro. No.
No, the neck.
I grab the neck?
Yeah, duro.
And then do what?
I did it, you gotta do it.
Duro.
Okay, I got it.
You see?
Oh, push down a lot. Push down hard. Okay, I got it.
You see? Oh shit. That tape doesn't look strong enough.
It's electrical tape. It's multi-purpose.
Oh my God, man.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law.
Damn, man.
How did he do?
He gave me an 8. Man, an 8 means that I'm qualified for it.
You're absolutely qualified. I'm sure they would love to bring you out again.
After a victorious hunt, it's time for the real work to begin as we take on this rare reptile recipe. After slaughtering with a decisive headshot, processing can begin. First, we must peel away its thick, rough skin. Renowned for its durability and distinct texture, caiman skin finds a second life in the fashion industry. Since Oro's caiman catch is rather petite, it'll be used as an appetizer we'll soon try. But for our main course, this big caiman caught by the Diaz brothers will be roasted up whole. First, it's spiced up with a mixture of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. There is one small issue. The Diaz brothers, though competent in the catching of cayman, they're still new to the cooking part, meaning this could be a one-of-a-kind feast or a complete disaster. We'll find out which soon. In the meantime, allow me to introduce Deborah, a chef who's challenged herself to pioneer the use of this prehistoric meat.
Deborah has come here to cook us some amazing food, including these crocodile tacos, which come from the crocodile that he helped to capture.
Yes.
We are practically the intellectual authors of this dish. Right?
To create this unique croc taco, she starts with a fat piece of tail that she expertly fillets into thinner portions. Deborah, once a cook in the hotel industry, took an unexpected turn in her culinary career when she stumbled upon the viral posts featuring the Diaz brothers and their caymans.
I started reaching out to them, hey, I want to take us to a whole nother level.
Intrigued by this protein's potential, she proposed a partnership with the brothers and their mother, offering to combine her culinary expertise with this unconventional ingredient.
So before working with these guys, was anyone you knew eating this type of food?
Not in Puerto Rico, no.
After an egg and batter coating, the cayman meat gets lightly fried. Now for the assembly. Nestle the cayman meat inside a warm flour tortilla, then crown it with chipotle mayo and crisp cabbage. This unusual mystery meat was an instant hit at a recent Cayman festival hosted by Deborah and the Diaz brothers. This festival was one small step in their massive mission to make cayman meat mainstream in Puerto Rico and the USA.
It feels like a big fish.
It's meaty but tender. It is a perfectly composed taco. You have that nice fried tail, but then you got the coleslaw on there too for some freshness and a little bit of crunch.
It's crazy because this is street food, but it really feels elevated. The cooking on this is fantastic.
This is excellent.
The cover is very thin and very crunchy. And it has enough oil to be juicy, but it's not overpowering.
It's actually very healthy. I studied the anatomy of the crocodile. This is where I got the best filet, which it comes from the tail.
That is delicious. That was like a 10 out of 10 croc taco.
Croco.
This was a great start, a great first taste, but we have a lot more food to come. You are also making a paella, and we're roasting up an entire crocodile. Let's go check out how the roasting process is going.
Great. Can I eat more of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Guys, this is very exciting. So it's not all the way done cooking yet, but we're gonna take a look. I'm gonna reveal it right now. Oral, are you ready?
100%, man, let's get it.
Okay, here we go.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh man, he has shoes on.
What happened here?
When it's ready, it falls off.
Okay, that's kind of how you know. Maybe that's an indicator that the meat is done to a medium level. Tell me about the strategy. How long do you cook it? How often are you flipping it?
It always depends on the size of the cayman. In this case, it's around 1 hour, and they turn it like time to time.
It looks awesome. The tail is like as big as the body, basically. The head is here, the limbs are here. Do you eat every single part?
Except for the head, they don't leave anything.
From here, this is gonna finish roasting, and soon we're gonna try a beautiful feast with this as our centerpiece. Guys, lady, this looks fantastic.
It looks like a little dog.
Yeah, it does, you know? How about crocodile?
It's an honor to have this and an honor to have us here sharing this meal with him.
This is a side of Puerto Rico that few people get to experience. Before we get into this crocodile, I want to talk about this right here. This is a paella. Is paella a common preparation in Puerto Rico?
This is a modified version because the traditional paella is not very common in Puerto Rico.
Paella with teeth.
Yeah, I've been to Spain. I didn't see any paella with a crocodile head on top.
Our untraditional paella features succulent meat from the cayman tail and a special guest, fresh local river prawns caught by the Diaz brothers.
They get in the water at night with a trident.
Like Ariel's dad.
Yeah. They identify because their eyes become red. So that's how they can see it and grab them.
The cayman and shrimp are generously seasoned with a homemade blend of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. In a wide pan or paella dish, toss in the seasoned meat for a flavorful stir fry.
Are these shrimp that you can get in the store?
No.
So the only way to get them is for someone to go in the river.
Actually, fish them.
Introduce green pigeon peas, red and green peppers, and onions for a burst of flavor. Pour in a savory cayman broth made by boiling the tail bone. Then, to complete the dish, add rice and let it slowly steam to perfection.
That's really good. Bueno. Beautifully seasoned. The rice has a nice bite to it. Tons of meat inside.
The flavor is similar to lobster. It's like chicken texture with lobster flavor.
It's like a chicken breast that's like succulent and juicy and delicious. What I like about this dish is rice and beans are so popular in Puerto Rico and there's so many variations. And this just feels like a different variation of that. Even though it's, you know, Spanish inspired, it still feels very Puerto Rican.
And also go deeper, you can feel the rice below that is a little bit more cooked.
We call it pegado.
Coming up next, guys, this is the grand finale. We have a crock here. You've got a knife in front of you. Let's see what you got.
Oh, so we're getting some crocodile hamachi.
This feels more like a horizontal shawarma. Oh yeah. There's a beautiful color on here. Ooh, yeah. It's still juicy, warm, crispy on the outside.
Before you get on it, take a deep smell.
That's a unique, perplexing, but fascinating scent.
Bueno.
See, now it tastes like sea bass. It really depends on how you cook it.
Crunchy by flavor.
Smoky flavor, just kissed by that charcoal. It's a dense meat, but it has more of a seafood flavor at this point. It really depends on the preparation. It's so versatile.
It plays with your mind because if you see the texture, this is like a chicken breast.
Absolutely.
And then when you go, you will feel the flavor of a bigger fish, like a cod fish.
It's excellent. I'm very impressed because you've got the whole food chain. You've got you guys going deep into the dark night, plucking these things from the water. And then we got you really cooking with some nuance.
Yeah, and it's not just cooking to survive and just do the bare minimum. I think it's a more thought out dishes coming out of the wild.
It's an elevated crocodile.
Literally elevated because they put it from the water.
Yeah, it used to be down there. Now it's up here on the table. My question to both of you is, in a short time already, because of all of your influence, the crocodile has come a long way. From being something that people didn't really see as a food option to being something that people are considering or wanting to try. So what do you think is the future of the crocodile as a food here in Puerto Rico?
Realmente lo que estamos haciendo es...
His bigger effort goes to legalize it. He really wants to make this into a business, and in order to legalize it, he needs to promote the benefits of doing this practice so they can first create an industry, second, do it in a legal way, and the third step is imported to the US.
Deborah, if I'm not incorrect, a lot of the food standards, maybe all the food standards that exist in the USA are also applied here.
Correct.
So that's a problem. People might think, oh, this is a separate entity. They have their own autonomy when it comes to food, but no, this is not something you can legally just catch and sell on the street or in a restaurant. There should be a process in which this is checked, reviewed, some kind of quality standard is put in place, but that standard doesn't exist at the moment.
Nope.
So what is the next step?
We made a festival, so 2,500 people had a taste of it, and then hopefully when we get the permits from the government, then we can just distribute it, because we're an island. We have to live off for what the island gives us. And right now, it's either iguana or crocodile.
I think there's hope for the future, because I've been to Louisiana, I've been to Florida, I've been to these places selling either alligator or crocodile, and it's a thing. It's like a staple regional dish in some locations in the USA, so there's no reason why the same couldn't happen here.
And it makes sense to support the circular economy where things come from the island rather than importing from outside in order to consume. Like, why not use the resources here and at the same time help to eliminate what is becoming a pest?
I really, really appreciate you guys coming here to do this amazing tasting, and we'll hope to see this in the supermarket eventually.
Heck yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, cheers.
Cheers.
Boom, guys, that is the end of video 4 and the end of our series here in Puerto Rico. I hope you enjoyed this series. I hope you enjoyed Oro. I mean, I know he can be a lot, but
I'm sorry.
Puerto Rico is so much more than what meets the eye at first. There's the amazing street food, the countryside food, but when you go even deeper, well, you could catch shrimp from a river or even some Cayman crocodiles.
If you survive.
I want to say a huge thank you to Oro. You can find Oro right here on Instagram. He is posting so much interesting content about life and technology. Otherwise, guys, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace. Time for the after party.
So we swim now?